daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Southampton, part of the Global Sports Podcast Network. My name is Greg Elliott, and as always today, joined by my good friend, wonderful co-host, Zach Ingo Finch. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. I'm all right. Hoping for a bit more of a game to watch tonight than, I say a bit more of a game. It was an entertaining 0-0 draw. Just wish any of those chances went in. I hope we go into this game with exactly the same energy and score 2 or 3 goals, right?
Absolutely.
That's what I want.
That's it. The games are coming thick and fast. We are away to Bristol City, and it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, Bristol are more likely to come at us than Swansea were, so that probably almost plays to our strengths, right?
So supposedly, right? Or they're going to score 3 times and we're not. This is what I worry about when it's like, well, we just need to play counter-attacking football. I'm like, okay, well, let's get an opportunity where a club actually tries to play against us then. Because no disrespect to Swansea, they clearly had a game plan and stuck to it. But it was like the game plan was just don't let them let a goal in, and it worked for them. So fair play. But it wasn't exactly like thrilling football to watch if you're a Swansea fan, was it? So, hey-ho.
The last time we played Bristol City at Bristol City, I think, was the end of our 25-game unbeaten streak in the Championship.
Oh, really? Oh, that's less than ideal. I don't remember. Genuinely, I decided to look into... Other than they were run by Liam Manning last season, obviously got to the playoffs, got knocked out by, I want to say, Coventry. Was it maybe Coventry? Somebody, they want to say Coventry. Definitely probably got that wrong. But I remember watching them and thought, oh, okay, they gave a spirited sort of performance. And then Liam Manning was, in the contention for us, if you remember rightly, did a whole episode on him. And then ended up at Norwich, who are not doing great. And in their last game, they beat Norwich. But I was trying to look at what I knew about Bristol City, and it turns out, Greg, not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Joe Lumley's there currently. I want to say 3rd or 4th choice goalkeeper, brought in as maybe 2nd. And now I think he's on his way out to Sheffield Wednesday because they need an emergency keeper for, I want to say, the 2nd time this season, which is I don't even know if he'll be able to play football if that club's still going to exist. So I guess we'll see how that turns out. Other than that, Tammy Abraham played for them at one point. And had scored 20 plus goals for a season for him before he kind of went into the big leagues, and that's about all I know about Bristol City. Scott Twine, who used to play for Burnley, plays for him now. What's your Bristol City knowledge?
Mate, it's a nice town just north of Bath.
That's just the town, mate. I'm talking about the football club.
That's it. That is the extent of my knowledge.
They're 7th currently, but there's only 4 points between us, and 3 of those points they earned the other day.
It seems to be a bit of a mixed bag. They lost to QPR, but beat Norwich, which is strange. But then, other than that, they've been sort of up and down. Couple of wins, couple of losses, couple of draws. I think they're going to come into the game feeling like it's theirs to lose. And hopefully that, like I say, plays into our hands. We'll get the ball on transition a bit better, put at least a chance away, and bang, we're off to the races, right? Before you know it, I mean, we've had all of this negativity vibe and disappointment of the draw at the weekend, but also if we do come into this game, play like that, and take away a win, I mean, that's 5 games unbeaten at that point with a win. So that's a much better outlook on life, isn't it?
I think the thing is, if you're looking at how it's been against Bristol in the past, though, they've won 5 of their last 6 league meetings against us. The only one they lost was 1-0, probably during that unbeaten streak, right? Obviously, they're the ones, I think, to end it. But yeah, apparently we've lost each of their last 4 league visits into Bristol City as well. So the last time we avoided defeat was a 1-0 win in 1979, mate. So the fates might not be on our side, but at the same time, every game's different.
you of all people know that those historical facts
it's
really
just
count
garbage.
for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like okay, so obviously we watch other sports. It was like the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend beat the Raiders, and it was like the first shout of Andy Reid's, I want to say, domestic non-playoff season since like 2011, which is absolutely insane. And also they threw 3 first downs, which is that was it for the entirety of the game, which is another record breaker. And then bringing it back to the sport we actually care about, Manchester United Liverpool this weekend, right? Like the first time they've beaten Liverpool at Anfield in 8-9 years, and then the first time Harry Maguire scored at Anfield since he was at Leicester. Like records and stuff like that, wonderful. They're there to be broken. Our biggest problem is that we tend to break them for other people.
Yeah.
So they have a striker that's got a 57 game unbeaten streak.
Oh no, that's not what you want to hear. That's not what you want to hear.
But that's my point. So they're all there to be broken, regardless. But
do you want to hear what the AI thinks?
Oh, good. Yeah, of course I do. Let's tell me the same one that said that the Sheffield United was going to win the league. Yeah, all right.
I think it's a different one, but probably feeds off similar data.
But it probably thought the same somehow, though, mate. But please tell me how our AI companions in the world of nonsensical data feel about this game.
Well, look, the first sentence is going to upset some of our fans. The market snapshot suggests a tight mid-table clash with clear scoring potential. The odds are very balanced, where the safe bet seems to be Southampton for a win or a draw, and over 2.5 goals in the game, but under 3.5 goals. So I'm hearing 2-1.
It's going to be a 1-1 draw. They're going to go 1-0 up. We're going to manage to score, and then we're going to be like, yeah, we just couldn't get that second goal. I just don't know what's going on. Oh, but Leo Cienza, he played so well, though, guys, honestly. So well. Can you tell him feel better from the weekend? 90 minutes, not a 0-0 draw that was so action-packed, but yet nothing happened at the same time.
Indeed. Right, well, let's get into the thick of it, Zach. Let's have a think about how we are going to line up tonight and what that's going to look like.
Oh, good. Let's try.
But first, let's take a break and have a word from our partners at Bioniq.
Your body is unique, and Global Sports Podcast Network has partnered with Bioniq, the world's most personalised supplements. Bioniq provide 100% tailor-made supplements designed to deliver precisely what your body needs at exactly the right levels to optimise your health. No guessing. So click the link in the show notes. Use the code GSPN2025 for 40% off your first month's subscription. Bioniq. Don't settle for off-the-shelf solutions made for just anybody. Get what's right for you right now.
Okay, mate, and we are back. Short input from me. One force change, right? Because we think Yula took a knock and probably isn't available for selection. So Ryan Manning in, 10 other players staying in the lineup. That's it. Job done. Section. Stamp. Bing.
Wait, hang on. So right, you're swapping out Ryan Manning on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Ryan Manning play on the right. Surely it would make more sense for Fellows to go on.
Sure. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Manning. I wouldn't be surprised if Manning comes back just because Wellington's just come back from injury and it's 40 days later.
Yeah,
and we've learned that maybe we should do that with players.
You're right. No, you're right. Okay.
In a bad way.
Manning and Fellows in, Euler and Wellington out, and that's it. The rest stays the same.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah.
So
Pigment over. That's it. No.
Okay. So Alex McCarthy keeps his space. I mean, I
don't see it changing at this point, right? Like he had that one questionable moment in the game against Swansea, right, where he did his best to do something stupid, but was bailed out by Yanda.
He tried real hard to kick it directly to a Swansea player again. I mean, actually, he managed to do that. It just didn't, result in anything bad for us. But
other than that, he's been pretty solid. He's certainly not enough to drop his place. I wouldn't have thought. He seems to be the pick going forward, and as long as he and his body can maintain this pace, which, in previous seasons was a question mark, I think that he'll be the name on the team sheet.
So when it comes to strikers, you don't think that this is going to be a chance for... I'm going to ask the question every single time we have a team sheet, mate, just to see, just because it's always going to be a question mark until it's not. Do we Aribo, a Dozy ever get a look in? Is that it now? Do you reckon Saints' career over?
I mean, I think we've still touched on it, right? And who misses out to bring them into the squad is the question. And I just don't think anyone was poor enough in Saturday's performance to justify dropping out to allow them to come in. So, and I don't see, I just don't see the problem with this big squad. We talked about it yesterday, right? Is that there's just not gaps for things like that without someone missing out, and I don't know who that would be.
Yeah, I think that's
unless you want to say we give him Wellington a rest, and Manning played a lot of minutes on international duty and played a lot of minutes for us before that. So if you're saying you still want to give Manning a rest, maybe you bring a Dozy in at left wing back and see what happens. But
I very much doubt it. Yeah, I think you're probably right at this point. I just don't know. Like, is it the best? Do you reckon that is the best we've got, the best squad as well?
I think the obviously the question you're asking about Aribo as a striker, right? I think that it would almost be a damning indictment of Cameron Archer and Damien Downs. Now we know Damien Downs is struggling in a lot of ways to settle in, and I hope that he comes good. This isn't the time to put him, to jump him out of the frying pan into the fire, right? I don't think Cameron Archer was bad on Saturday. He got himself in positions. Just
shame none of them were kicking the ball in the goal, innit?
Yeah, but I just yes, you're right, but also
much better, considering what's the problem?
I don't think Archer was bad enough on Saturday to justify dropping out to a player that we've not seen even involved in the squad, is where I'm at, right? Like, it seems so logical to just give him that run and hopefully those goals will come. We've seen what Archer's capable of. He's perfectly capable of putting the ball in the back of the net from exactly the positions that he very nearly did on Saturday, right? Again, we're talking inches away from curling it in the top corner. Like, it's close and it's coming. And I don't think that of the two games left this week, this is probably the harder one, right? So it makes sense to go into this with that strong lineup. And if we're going to rotate, which we're going to need to because games come thick and fast, maybe we look to do that at the weekend rather than this. This is the game we need to give all the beans.
Then arguably, do we have a bloated squad or do we have an unfit squad? Because if we've got a bloated squad, then, we're having to swap people out constantly. I don't know. I just feel like we don't have a squad necessarily built at the moment for Championship football, despite the fact that it's quite bloated and overstated, right? Like, we've already had, quite a big injury concern now. Hopefully it doesn't really hit anywhere else. Like, Wellington's come back off of being injured quite early on into the season. So maybe it's not as big as we act like it is.
It's kind of bloated in an awkward way, right? Because it is a big squad, but also it's not like the players are like for like in the ways that it's bloated. So it makes it really difficult. It's really tricky. Like, you will bring so and so in. Like Ryan Fraser, when he came on, was all right on Saturday. Is but can you slot him in as in the starting lineup? Maybe you rotate him with I don't know, with Cienza if Cienza gets kicked a lot. But
he really does. But that's because he's frustrating to play against, clearly, which is only a beneficial thing for us. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just wanted to play a little bit of devil's advocate and see,
Yeah, you're right. And you had to, because the 3-word segment wasn't wasn't going to work out. But I stand by it. Like, a strong, stable form heading into it, into this game, because it's probably the trickiest game of the week, right? In theory, on paper, as we love to say, it's the game coming into these run of 3 games that you'd be most worried about. So you have to.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be. It's certainly the more difficult of the three, and I think that's one of the reasons that the weekend was so frustrating because Swansea were just there for the taking, right? And they were the entirety of the game. It didn't feel like they were going to score at any point. They didn't really put us under a huge amount of pressure, and we
But
just
some of
never
that,
got over the
as
line.
well as their sort of willingness to play it out as a draw, some of that, especially in the first half, was us keeping them quiet with our greatly improved performance, especially defensively. So, if we can see some more of that and put it, I genuinely think if we put the same level of performance in as we did against Swansea, that the result comes out better for us. I think it was such a freak game to finish 0-0 because I think the performance was so good. I think if you replay that game with those players and that level of energy 100 times, that's only a 0-0 draw, one of them. And I know it's mad, but it's how
I think
it
the problem
feels.
is are they going to have that level of energy, especially 2-3 days after? That's my big concern. Is if it's because they had a bit of time to sort of regroup after the international break, bit of time off, bit of time to really come out and out of the absolutely galloping across the pit field. What I'm worried about is that they're going to be a bit tired coming. It's not exactly a far journey to Bristol, but it's away and having to go there and in the evening and then sort of. I'm just hoping that I'm hoping that that stays the same, right?
These are the spots where we learn a lot about our players, right, and whether they are capable of that. Because, it's been said by other outlets that it's time to, players to wind their necks in and sort of nut up or shut up. And this is where we see who has and who hasn't, right? This is the games. Tuesday nights, it's going to be a wet, cold, miserable Tuesday night. So that's when the energy's got to be there. It's got to be done.
Sounds good, mate.
Let's move on into everyone's favourite section, the score predictions, see how we think it's going to play out. But first, let's have a break and a message from our partners at Zencastr. Here at the Global Sports Podcast Network, we spent a lot of time selecting our delivery platform, and Zencastr came out the clear winner. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes all those ums and ahs, it's super easy to start a podcast that sounds great and is delivered efficiently. If you're ready to tell your story, check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencastr. Alright, mate, we are back. As tradition goes, I'm going to throw you under the bus first. What are you feeling? How are you feeling?
Well, you see, Greg, whenever I predict a win, it doesn't happen. Whenever I predict a loss, it usually does happen. So I'm going to predict a draw and hope it's a win. So I'm probably going to go with 1-1. There's no real logic there. It's just what I feel. Like, I feel that this should have been the game. Of the 3 games that I would have wanted us to get at least 7 points from, this should have been the draw. And the other 2 should be easy wins, right? So, if we manage a draw again today, I would be happier than a loss. But I just worry that they're not going to have the same energy levels as they did on Saturday. That's my biggest concern. I'm hoping that it's completely. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Put it that way.
I mean, yeah, it's feasible. I can see it for sure. Who's scoring the goal? What order are we coming back from behind to clinch a draw, or are we throwing away another lead?
I would say come back to clinch a draw. We're at their turf. I feel like they'll be more up for it. They've obviously come off the back of a win as well, which is always a win against their former manager's new team. So I have a feeling that they will score. We will score back. Let's go for Cienza to get his first goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I won't be as mad. I'll still be mad, and I think everyone's still going to absolutely flip out if that's the result. But that's just kind of how I could see it playing out. Am I relatively sort of personal?
All right. No, I like it. I mean, I don't like it, but I understand it. I'm thinking 3-1 Saints.
Right.
I just feel like we're going to push on. think that I know that the fan feeling around the performance on Saturday was disappointment because it was another draw, but I think that Will Steele's a good enough manager to get into the players that actually the performance was good. It was improved. It's what we want to see. I think we're going to see more of the same. I think we're going to come at it. I think we're going to get 2 early goals. I think Archer will put one away. I think Armstrong will put one away. Then I think we'll do our famous Saints thing and sit off a bit, and then we'll concede. And then in the second half, we'll push on and get the third to make it as comfortable as you're ever going to be as a Saints fan, which, let's face it, is not comfortable. And Tom Fellows would get that goal because it wouldn't really be a score prediction unless I predicted Tom Fellows to score, would it? I mean, the one week I don't predict it is when it will happen.
There you go. That's probably why you should stop doing it.
But yeah, I'm feeling positive. I think that we can kick on. And if anything, I almost feel like we'll put all of that effort in and get this really good win here, and then push ourselves into a position where we risk overlooking our opposition at the weekend and doing something stupid there, because that would also be very Saints. But I'm feeling good. I always love it when there's something to watch on a Tuesday night, mate. It's good. It's what we love, right?
This is also true. Again, like, it's not that I don't want us to win, mate. I just always have that pit, like my stomach feeling that, you know, ain't going to go the way that we want it to go, and that I've been right thus far. So, you know, this season, which is very upsetting, by the way. So hopefully, I'm proved completely wrong, and you're proven completely right. Maybe there's not even a goal conceded. Maybe we just score 3. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, look, it's the only football on Tuesday nights worth watching, so I'm excited for it, and I can't wait.
Shades European games there.
Look, who's interested in Arsenal hosting Atletico Madrid at the Emirates when we've got Bristol City versus Saints in Bristol? What more could you want? Like, this is the best football. I'm telling that you're entirely convinced by my pitch, but I'm excited.
Always.
Right, that is it. That is all we have got time for today. Thank you, as ever, Zach, for joining me, and thank you, everyone, for listening. Let us know in the comments or on the social media what you think the score will be and how you think we'll get on. We are on all of them. We are on X, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, absolutely everywhere. Hit us up, let us know. We love hearing from you. And regardless of what happens, we will be back tomorrow morning to talk about it. Everyone loves a late night Tuesday night recording. They are my favourite. Let's do it. We'll see you then. We'll be back. Have a good day, everyone. And come on, Saints.
Your daily soccer podcast with the Global Sports Podcast Network.